my neighbor is hiding something sinister. So I never thought I'd be that person, but here I am, ready to spill the tea about my super sketchy neighbor. Let me take you back to a few weeks ago when I first noticed something off. It was a pretty normal evening. I was working from home, and I kept hearing these strange noises coming from the garage of the guy next door. It was like a mix of thumping and what sounded like muffled shouting. I tried to brush it off, thinking maybe he was just working on a DIY project or something. But then, things took a turn. One night, I couldn't sleep, and around 2 a.m., I glanced out my window. And guess what? There he was, Mr. N, dragging what looked like a big, heavy bag out to his car. I squinted, half expecting to see something innocuous, like a propane tank or a new cube. But when he tossed it into the trunk, that gut feeling kicked in like a punch. It was way too big and oddly shaped to be anything harmless. A few nights later, around the same time, I heard that same bizarre noise again. I decided to investigate. I pulled on my jacket, slipped out the back door, and crept towards his garage, praying my old sneakers wouldn't betray me with a squeak. I peeked in through a crack in the door, heart racing, and what I saw blew my mind. He was surrounded by boxes and something else, something covered in a tarp. I couldn't see what it was, but it definitely didn't look like gardening gear. I went home and couldn't shake it. I did some digging online, thank you Google, and found out he'd only moved in a few months ago. Always seemed quiet, but maybe too quiet? That's when I started to piece things together, the times he would vanish for days, the weird late-night comings and goings. Last night, I decided I couldn't just ignore it anymore. I called the police, even though my heart was pounding and I was convinced they would think I was overreacting. After a few minutes, they showed up. I watched from my window as they knocked on his door. At first, nothing. Then, after what felt like hours of waiting, Mr. N stepped outside, hands raised in surrender. The police began searching his garage and my breath caught in my throat. I thought, this is it. They're going to find something serious. Then I saw a police officer pull back the tarp, and then I saw it. Just as I was about to breathe a sigh of relief, I realized they weren't pulling out what I expected at all. The last thing I heard before they turned away? Get the coroner on the line. Now I have to ask myself, did I just send someone to prison or... worse? What could be in those boxes? I can't shake the feeling that I might have just opened a door to something much darker. What do you think happened? Should I be worried? Help.